Hello, I'm Wanda Rose. I'm the Associate Dean here at Sanford College of Nursing. And today I am going to discuss 3 items regarding the political process. 1, I'm going to look at the Legislative Assembly, the structure of the Assembly. 2, how to contact your legislator. And 3, how to testify. So the first thing on the first slide that you will see is the North Dakota Legislative Assembly. Currently we have 47 senators. There's 1 that is elected from each senatorial district in the state of North Dakota, and 94 House of Representatives, 2 representatives from each senatorial district. The legislators serve a 4-year term, and the legislators take an office on December 1st after the election on even-numbered years. Legislative Assembly convenes that first week in January in the odd-numbered years, and in a regular session they can meet for a total of 80 days. This year, in 2012, the even-numbered district legislators were elected for a 4-year term, and in 2014 there will be the odd-numbered districts that will elect legislators for a 4-year term. Moving on to the next slide, the Legislative Assembly is divided into standing committees, and we have 11 standing committees. Each legislator is appointed to a committee. The Appropriations Committee is the largest of the committees, and they meet Monday through Friday. The remaining of the legislators are appointed to 2 standing committees. One committee that you can consider the major committee meets from Monday through Wednesday, and the other committee is meeting from Thursday through Friday. The committees are formed based on subject matter, and in the committees is where all the work is done. So every bill based on that particular committee's subject matter is assigned to the committee, and this is where the hearing takes place, the discussion of the bill, amendments are made, and then the committee votes on that particular bill, and they give a recommendation of either do pass or do not pass, and the bill then comes to the legislative body. Here in North Dakota, every bill gets a hearing, and every bill goes to the major assembly, either to the House or to the Senate, for a final vote. So there is no bill that's killed within committee. Going on to the next slide, it's how to contact your legislature. And there are really 4 major ways of contacting a legislator. Here in North Dakota, we have a toll-free number that you can find on the website of www.legis.nd.gov. And the number that you can call is on the slide. And you basically pick up the phone, call, they will ask for your name, your legislative district, your address, and you give them a brief message as to what you are calling about. For example, I want a do pass on House Bill 1091 or a do not pass, and I would like this to be sent to my district senator or my 2 House of Representatives. The second one is an email, which also you can find the site on the website. And basically you could have an opportunity to send a message, which really is what you think about a particular issue, or you can actually send a viewpoint on a particular bill. And so you would do that by putting in the bill number and whether or not you want it voted up or voted down. And the last thing is you can also send a letter. So if you don't have email, you can send a letter. The fourth thing is an actual face-to-face contact with a legislator. So if you happen to see them when they're home on weekends, this is an opportunity to visit with a legislator at the same time. Moving on to the next slide are just some basic tips on how to write or email. First of all, be brief. Explain exactly what you want and the viewpoint that you have. Let them know that it's regarding a particular House bill. HB stands for House bill, or SB stands for a Senate bill. Be personal. Give a little a description of why you think this is important and something maybe how it affects you or a family or a story that you might have. And make sure that you give your name and address. And I also suggest, if you're a nurse, to sign it RN or LPN. And if not, be persistent. Don't just write one letter, write multiple letters and let them know that you were concerned about certain issues. Moving on to the next slide is how to testify. This is a public right for all individuals that live in North Dakota, that you have the ability to provide testimony before any of the legislative committees. In order to testify, the first thing is you have to know the purpose of your testimony. Why are you providing the testimony? And then carefully prepare it. Make sure you have written it out, it's clear, it's concise, and that it's only 3 to 5 minutes. And here in North Dakota, the committees like it typewritten and, of course, 3-hole punched. Establish a rapport with the committee. Once you come to the committee room and you're ready to provide your testimony, you will come before the podium. The chairperson will acknowledge you, and the next thing you would do is you would state, Madam President or Mr. President and members of the committee. Introduce yourself and whether you are testifying on behalf of yourself or on behalf of another organization. And then you present your stand. I'm here in support of this bill, or I'm here in opposition to this particular bill. And prior to even presenting your testimony, you may want to practice so that you have it concise and that you feel comfortable in giving it. Keep it simple. They don't want a whole lot of words. They don't want something that's 10, 15 minutes long. And answer questions. And if they ask a question that you don't have an answer, simply say, I don't know the answer. So this is helpful in order to get your word out. And if you understand briefly what the legislative process is all about, it makes nurses much more of an advocate to identify the issues and present them to their legislators.